All right. Well, let's get to it, shall we? New Quadeca, Vanisher, Horizon Scraper. Slightly different format. I did this with I Didn't Mean to Haunt You as well. Gonna watch the movie while I listen to the album for the first time. I have the lyrics up. I just have it on the other screen. So you guys will see the video as I'm listening to the album and watching the video. You guys, I'm not going to show the lyrics. I have the lyrics up on Genius like I normally do. Shout out to Kevin and Connor, because I texted Kevin the other day. I was like, hey, I want to do the reaction to the new Quadeca, but I would love to post this uncut. Could you message the old boy there and ask him if it's okay, because they've had him on, and so they have his contact. A couple days later, Connor gets back to me. Hey, I checked in with Quadeca. He said it's totally fine. Post it uncut. Thank you. Thank you, fine gentlemen, Kevin and Connor, for reaching out. Thank you, Bonus Plus to Quadeca, for allowing this to be posted uncut. I really appreciate that. I want to... I hate editing. I hate cutting up music. I hate it. I hate it. But more so, like, I just want this to be a cohesive experience, because this guy put together a whole movie to go with the album. And from what I understand, he's pretty independent. Like, he's not signed to a major label or anything like that. So, like, this is a lot of work. A lot of work. And I hate the idea of taking all that work and editing it out. Like, it's just... It hurts the soul. It hurts the soul. I don't want to do that. And it's also obviously easier for me because I don't have to edit now at the end. I can just post, which is great. And then also, I was doing shout outs today. I want to do a little shout out to, there's a channel called Headphone Emoji. And when this album was coming out, this popped up on my feed. It's this girl who's essentially just this Quadeca super duper super fan. It's like this 45-minute video on everything you need to know about Vanisher. And she made it over the period of months. Like, it. The reason why I didn't watch the whole video. I watched some of it, and I just enjoyed the fact that there was somebody out there who was just, like, there's stands, right? And there's haters, and there's all this shit. And I feel like it's just been a while since I've seen somebody so excited about an album, about an artist, and kind of like genuinely portraying that excitement. And just, honestly, I kind of miss the days of getting excited about things. Gaming ruined hype for me, because growing up, oh, this next game's it's going to be so great. And then it was just shit, like over and over again, right? So I never, ever, ever pre-order. It's very rare if I buy something on launch day, all this other shit. But basically, like, my experience with gaming and how bad gaming has gotten in terms of these hyped up titles has made me just fucking jaded and cynical. And I'm just jaded and cynical in general. But it's just so cool to see somebody so excited. So excited, you know? So shout out to that channel. Check her out if you want to. If you want to watch the everything you need to know video. 45 minutes of geeking out over Quadeca and Vanisher. All the little things that were teased, hints and stuff like that. I don't know what to expect here at all, which is cool. Walking in blind. I know Danny's on this. I was going through... Danny, of course, him and I are on first-name basis. Danny Brown. The one, the only Danny Brown. As I was setting up Genius, I was going through. It's like, okay, a lot of productions done by Quadeca. There's a couple other people, like Johnny May is on here. Johan Lennox. So there's a couple other people involved in terms of the production of the project. Noah Eller. But for the most part, it's him. And I know he's sailing on a boat. So I think this is inspired by that, what is it, the Lonely Island song? Never thought I'd be on a boat. I think this is largely inspired by that song, right? Of course, of course. Let's get into it. Gonna watch the movie. Vanisher, Horizon Scraper. Lyrics off to the side, not on screen. That's actually up there. Ooh, I'm looking tired today. I am tired today. Speaking of like being on a boat, my wife and I were on a boat yesterday. We went whitewater rafting yesterday. That was a lot of fun. Nobody vanished from the boat, which is great. That's how you want to complete your trip down the river, is nobody vanishes off the boat. All right, let's jump in. Vanisher, Horizon Scraper. First track is called No Questions Asked. I do have Spotify up. It's about a 6-minute track. I don't know how much it's gonna bleed track to track, like the transitions and stuff. So hopefully I don't lose track of what song I'm on. But anyway, let's get going. I'm excited. Here we go. Vanisher, Horizon Scraper by Quadeca. And hopefully there's no ads. I do have an ad blocker. So hopefully no ads pop up. Haha. Haha. Glad to already hear like a warble. That's what it sounds like the wind kind of whipping through something. Piano coming in. First, I pause it real quick. First thing that's really going through my mind, just love the patience, the build up, kind of the artistic elements, right? That little, it almost sounds like an electronic warble, that little, but I feel like that's to mimic, sometimes when there's like some wind and, maybe the window is open a little bit, you kind of, get that sound, right? So I wonder if that's in there. But basically the main thing that's going through my mind is as he made these songs, as they kind of coalesced into actual structures of beats and sounds, and as they evolved and became the final product, like, did he have like in his mind these visuals that went with the sound? I'm very curious because some of these shots that are taken, especially like where you can see the ocean off in the background and the wind's really blowing, but you have that sound effect that's kind of like the wind. Also, the kitties are out of control right now. Hey, off the table. Off the table. The kitties have been rambunctious all morning. Anyway, I just wonder how much of his creation was visual alongside with the sound, the music, Anyway, let's keep going. Looks cold as fuck. I love that little. It makes me think of wind. It makes me think of wind. This sounds great. Just the quality of the audio. Well, a slight technical issue, a skill issue, if have you. Because I'm using the YouTubes and I'm trying to pause, I pressed spacebar, but YouTube wasn't active, so I paused. I ended my recording without realizing. So I got through the end of the song and then realized I wasn't recording. And then I thought, oh shit, I never pressed record. No, I did. Anyway, so I pause, kind of get back to where we were. And what I spoke about here, let me back up about 10 seconds because I did screw it up. So got lucky, almost ruined this whole reaction. But basically, listen to the piano pickup right here. What the piano does. We got gray sky. It's windy. Piano. So on the pause that I lost because I accidentally hit stop record instead of pausing the video, I talked about how that piano, to me, it gives me a sense of just a little bit of anxiety, some nerves, some apprehension. Like I'm about to go on this trip. It's gray skies. The wind is strong. My sails are ripped. I'm worried about this journey. I'm going to go, but I'm worried about this journey. So that element. And I spoke about it. It's too bad that I didn't record it because of all the things I've said, that was the highest quality content I've ever made. And it's been lost forever. No one could ever see it. Obviously, I'm joking. So I like, and then later on, in a couple seconds, because I did finish this track without recording on accident. I'm so glad I caught it. He's kind of like jumping around, like hyping himself up, and you'll hear that piano that like it kind of goes away a little bit, and then almost the music shifts over almost into more of a I'm nervous, but I'm going. I'm gonna face my fear. That kind of an idea, that sound feels to me anyway. And I am recording. Oh, just about fucked that all up. I love that shot. So the piano's still kind of, but it's got a little bit more structure and he's kind of hopping around. It feels like, oh, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. I love what he's doing. You know what? Something else I'm noticing too. I mean, he's just moving around. He's doing a lot of this, and it makes me think of when the birds are just hanging in the wind. You know, they got the arms out. And it's almost like a feeling of absorbing, taking in the wind. Which is an interesting concept if you're about to go sailing in treacherous weather. Love the distortion here. Just a little bit. I like this little. Something else I did talk about on the deleted portion because I accidentally fucking I'll be clicking everything now from now on, not hitting spacebar. But you know, if you're gonna go sailing, and I don't really understand, I just don't understand the what's happening here in terms of like having the sails out. I don't know if they're like being dry. I don't know what the hell's going on. but the fact that one of them is very severely torn, very ripped, you don't want to go sailing with that kind of stuff. And so you've got the lyrics are, I'll be there where no one else is, or how does it go? They just got insane. I don't have it for. I'll be there when no one is. No questions asked. And kind of the visual metaphor for it's, you know, I'll go sailing in dangerous waters or whatever, even if my equipment isn't ready. Like, even if I'm not really prepared to do it, I'll go do it. So I feel like it's an amplification on the idea of I'll be there when no one is, no questions asked. Like, no matter what, I'll do it. Anyway, there you go. Almost done with this track. No questions asked. Got some string in here too. No questions asked. I like that shot too. All right, now we're dropping into track 2, which is called "Waging War," and this is Quadeca and Johan Lennox. I love these lyrics right here. So I just want to touch on this chorus. Breathe. Well, let's go through the whole thing since I'm stopped. Who am I to the closing door that's been keeping score? Who am I when the motion stops and I can't ignore? Who am I when the light is low and there's no horizon? Who am I when I wash ashore? I can't visualize it. Who am I when I'm high? I surrender to my heart. Who am I when I'm high? That's the way I make it part. Part the seas, I see me there. He's been waiting long. When the hall becomes whole again, blink and I'll be gone. And then this chorus is breathe. It's your own advice. Breathe. Take your own advice. And as someone who, I try to give advice pretty often, as someone who gives advice a lot to try and help anybody else out there, every now and then I have to tell myself, hey, remember like a week ago that thing you said to help everybody out to try and make things better? You need to do that now. You need to take your own advice and chill the fuck out, let go, whatever it is, whatever, you know? So I really like that chorus right there. Let's keep going. Not trying to solve the puzzle so early on, right? But let's keep going. This is cool. So the blinking light that's well shot. The lighthouse rotating. Cool, dude. He's doing great with the visuals. Breathe. It's your own advice. Take your own advice. And what's going on? He's in front of a lighthouse. What does the lighthouse do? It guides the ships, tells them, hey, this is the shore. Veer a different direction, otherwise you'll hit land right here, and so a lighthouse is a beacon, a marker, a thing to follow, a guide. And here he is in front of the lighthouse. And I really like that. The shot was who am I to the blinking light that's been keeping score? And that's when the light rotates and flashes at him. So really visually, the metaphor here is him pondering his own advice, him trying to accept his own guidance, which is a fascinating concept, honestly. Like wrestling with your own advice. Like, can you take your own advice? He's right on the edge of the trees. Whoa. How the fuck did you get out there? It's a good shot, too. The waves crashing. Love the drop. Lots of visual collision here. There's the horizon. Okay, this is. I have no idea. There's all kinds of annotations. I'm not gonna click on shit. I'm gonna have my own experience, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm gonna have my own experience. Lots of visual collision there. Picking up the rope. You know, the lighthouse that's in the water is a fucking incredible shot. The horizon, the ocean, and so I feel like carrying from track one, basically this feeling of, oh, I'm gonna take this trip, even though maybe I'm not prepared, and maybe the advice is you should not do this. I would tell somebody else in this situation, don't do it. You're not prepared. Your sails are torn. This bad weather. You should not go do this. And there he is by the lighthouse, the beacon, the guide, trying to essentially consider his own advice. But then there's the shots of him picking up the rope, which there's no ship in the scene. But if you're basically the idea I get from picking up the rope is to untie the mooring lines. Like, we're going. Even though it's against my own advice. Maybe it's not even his own advice, but like his own intuition, his gut. You know, that feeling you get. I love my intuition. I have a very reliable intuition, and I don't even know how to explain it. But there's been so many times when I essentially follow my intuition and like, yep, that was the right decision. And there's been other times when I've gone against it and I went, God damn it. I knew it. I knew I shouldn't have gone. I shouldn't have stayed. I shouldn't have, whatever it was that I just had this feeling, don't do it. And then I did it. That was the wrong decision, not following my intuition. So I love the rapid fire of the drums. I love the collision of visuals, the visuals being different ideas, as he's also talking about wrestling with his own advice. And then this outro with the lyrics. I can't fly. Like, man down, my hands tied, and I can't die, my lungs held on standby. And I, who am I when you need me most, but won't keep me close? I can't die. Who am I to curtains that I've been keeping closed? My ears full, I'm too high. Who am I when I'm high? I surrender to my. Who am I when I don't know. Interesting. But enjoying what I'm being given so far. Let's keep going. Actually, I'll back it up in 10 seconds. We'll go through that flurry of images. There's his heart. That's an interesting shot too, because it's like the heart over the mind. So I'm gonna follow my heart rather than listen to the logical side of me. Smoke a cigarette. It's almost like before an execution. Cigarette. Yeah, I'll have a cigarette before I'm shot. I surrender to my heart. Okay. Interesting. That's such a cool shot, man. This. Let's go over this verse. What's left to say? Out of the roof, I slip away, and in the calm before the storm, forgive myself for being born. Okay. Reverse the loop, and I'm swimming forward. Reverse the loop, and I'm swimming forward. This one's yellow. Loop in reverse is pool. Reverse the loop, and I'm swimming forward. Type shit. Okay. Okay. I still don't get it. Thanks, Quadeca, for the note. I still don't fucking get it. Chlorine hit me like chloroform. Now, chlorine is in a swimming pool, so the pool makes sense. Reverse the loop, and I'm swimming forward. So if you don't reverse the loop, you're swimming away. Pool, chlorine. Miles away from my limbs and yours. Do the dance so I don't look forced. So, like, did somebody drown? Because the idea of forgive myself for being born, you know, swimming away in a pool, the chlorine hit me like chloroform, miles away from my limbs and yours. I don't know. Do the dance till I don't look forced. Next time, keep it to yourself. I'm too vulnerable to kill. At my weakest, I'm everybody else. I'm too vulnerable to kill. Is that how you see yourself? You're no killer in my eyes, but you should see it for yourself. You're not too proud to cry. I'm too vulnerable to kill. I'm not too proud to die. Never was and never will. So you took a couple of lives, but you don't even know how to die. I've been vulnerable for years. You're still trying to figure out how to die. Okay. Okay. I can't die. My lungs held on standby. I can't die. My ears full. I'm too high. It's almost like he dove into a pool to try to save someone. But, you know, the thing that it stands out to me is my ears full. Like when I dive deep into a pool, the pressure pushes my ears. It really hurts. I don't like it. I surrender to my heart. I don't know what the fuck's going on. And I don't have to. We're 2 tracks in. Let's move on to track 3 called Ruin My Life. Oh, this will be a uplifting song, I'm sure. Here we go, track 3 for Vanisher. Ruin My Life. Never thought I'd be on a boat.
When I was young, I was so certain. I thought that I would find one person. Still I am young, or so they tell me all of the time. The world here to help me. Eyes can to make it mine.
I might have to ruin my life to make
So your boots right where you left off. Don't get too cute. They're watching you set off out past the rocks that chose to be.
I like the claps coming in.
Guiding above. It's both for forever. Two eyes can see.
I like the claps.
Skin keeps watching me. With his back turned right and up in the sun. So I might have to ruin mine to make it mine.
So something that stands out visually is, you know, he's on the maps. He's charting forward. When I was so young, I was so certain. I thought I would find my person or myself. You know, still I'm younger, so they tell me all the time in the world here to help me. Rotten eyes can see the potato skin looks after me. There's got to be like a play on words with the potato skins and eyes and stuff. Oh, long nose. So this is a Quadeca annotation. This is from Quadeca. I told myself I wouldn't explain any more things and let you keep cooking, but so many people keep asking what the potato line is about, so here's what it means. When potatoes rot, they grow eyes, yes. The eyes signify they've become toxic. The sailor feels universally abandoned, isolated, and is grasping at straws for anything that makes him feel a little less alone. At least the rotting potatoes are looking after him. It's like he's appreciative of their company. So it's kind of in a literal sense, I guess. Even though the fumes of a rotting potato are harmful, he won't get rid of them for that reason. I also like the idea that it is only once the potatoes are expiring that they grow eyes. There's something beautiful and sad about that. I feel like it foreshadows what the sailor discovers. It foreshadows that the sailor discovers clarity and wisdom out at sea once it's too late and can't go back. In my original vision for the Ruin My Life, the psychedelic second part of the song is meant to represent a hallucinogenic state brought on by inhaling the fumes of the toxic potato, which is a thing that can happen in rare cases. And then he also has a note that says, hungry. I appreciate a person who can be artsy-fartsy and make fun of themselves at the same time. Okay. So I'm glad I read all that because it puts me less in a metaphorical state and more into a storytelling state. I'm sure there's still going to be metaphor here, but I won't lean so hard on a metaphor. Anyway, that's what was said there. Lace up your boot. Oh, shit. Lace up your boots right where you left off. Don't get too cute. They're watching you set off out past the rocks that chose to be better. Guiding a body that's birthed forever. Guiding a body that's birthed forever. Let's keep going.
I was picked first on the losing team. I was everything but in between. I'm the starman of my sinking dream. I'm the front man from behind the scenes. To be picked last on a winning team. Mining gold from a gifted dream. To belong in the scenery. Where the background will set me free.
There's something else that is standing out to me here visually is we've gone from the opening scene that was beautifully shot and in 4K resolution to something that's grainy. It's not steady. It's not well shot in a traditional sense. And so to me, it represents kind of like a clarity, a certainty that exists when you're on shore versus the lower resolution, less steady, less stable, less certainty that exists when you're out at sea. And again, in a metaphor, you know, like, I'll just throw this out there as an example. I don't know if Quadeca is trying to portray this, but like if you choose to just stay at home and do nothing, there's a lot of certainty there. You know nothing's going to happen, right? You're not taking any risks. You're not putting yourself out there in any way. You're not taking any chances. Nothing will happen to you. And some people find a lot of safety in that. Nothing bad can happen to me because I'm just sitting here in my house doing nothing. But also nothing good can happen to you either, really. I mean, good in a, wow, I'm so glad I went out and did that type of sense, you know? Like, yeah, you might watch a cool movie or you know, maybe you need a day off, and that's good. Resting is good. I'm talking about the person who just never goes out, never takes a risk, never tries anything new because they need that certainty of, I just can't have anything bad happen to me. And you can do that. And nothing bad will happen for the most part, except for the part, which in my opinion is the worst thing of the bad. Nothing will happen. And that's worse than something bad happening. Because even if something bad happens in an embarrassing way or maybe slightly painful way, at least something happened. If you don't do anything, I don't even know what the point is, honestly. Every now and then I meet people, well, no, I don't. I remember a friend from like 7th or 8th grade who had never left the town that we had lived in. And it just, I mean, granted, that was, you know, she was probably, 14 or something. So it's like, okay. But still, that's crazy to me. That's absolutely crazy to me. There's so much to experience in life. And if you hide from it, to me, that's worse than anything embarrassing at all. Unless obviously if you go out and do something terrible and then, like, what was it? The CEO and the HR person at the Coldplay concert. Oh, that's great. They earned that though. Like, they deserve that. They deserve that and each other. I also wonder too, this whole, what have you done, ruined my life, what have you done, ruined my life? I wonder how that plays into Quadeca in his musical life. How it calms down though. Wow, that's cool. Wow. This is really neat so far. Well done, Quadeca. All right, this is going to put us into track 4, which is called GODSTAINED. They're sailing his boat.
Fiberglass solution, there's a message on your skin, flicking from the paper. I can read you from within. I thought you knew something that I never will.
What does it say? What was the bottle? Windshield washer, antifreeze, bug remover. Okay, so you got a bottle of windshield washer. That's quite the bottle for windshield washer. That's like old school right there. Fiberglass solution, there's a message on your skin, flaking from the paper. I can read you from within. I thought you knew something I never will. God stained, huh?
I never will. God stained, God stained. Show me what I'm missing from the land you couldn't stay.
So these wrecked
I can
ships.
see your history from a
Or
thousand
not necessarily
miles
wrecked
away.
ships,
I
abandoned
thought you
ships.
knew something that I should say. God, we're one and the same. I thought you knew.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Cool song.
Affliction, can I answer any day? I'll call you by December something, 1998. I thought you knew everything.
This is cool. It's very light. I'm missing something with this bottle of windshield washer though, or glass cleaner, or whatever it is. I thought you knew something that I shouldn't say. God stained, we're one and the same. I thought you knew how no matter how much I feel like the paper and plastic, I could still find a way to get back to you. Because I thought you knew coming back home, I'll be there a little bit slower. Don't you see that I'll never get over you? Fiberglass affliction. Can I pencil a date? I'll call you by December something 1998. I don't know. I really don't know. And this scene with the abandoned ships, the ships in total disrepair. It makes me think of, like visually, it makes me think of a representation of, people maybe who did not leave or gave up on their dreams. They're not sailing anymore. I don't know. I'm just kind of grasping at straws right there.
I thought you knew. No matter how much you feel in paper and plastic, still find a way to get back to you. 'Cause I thought you knew. Coming back home, I'm feeling a little bit slower. Don't you see that I'll never get over you?
I have no idea what's going on. It's very light. He's dancing. Celebration of I made the right choice. I went out. I took this trip.
You don't even know about that. Talk about one man's trash. You don't even know about that. Stuck me in my tracks. You don't even know about that. Copy in my pack. You don't even know about that.
Love it.
You don't even know about that. Said two white lies. You don't even know about that.
I gotta click on the annotation about this GODSTAINED. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Okay, let's read this. This is the annotation for where he's just saying GODSTAINED over and over. While just an ordinary bottle, there's a common tactic of using a message in a bottle for various purposes such as distress messages, memorial tributes, or last words. Here, Quadeca expected something a bit more grand from the bottle and is disappointed to see it as merely an ordinary bottle with little significance. GODSTAINED refers to the potential limitless wisdom or an important message, but instead ruined by the ordinary. This bottle could be referring to a past lover that he thought originally was special and amazing, but after opening the bottle, finds her real self. I've been there and back. You didn't know about that. Talk about one man's trash. You don't even know about that. One man's trash, another man's garbage. That's the unfinished line. Or treasure, I mean another man's treasure. Stopped me in my tracks. You didn't even know about that. Copying my path. You didn't even know about that. We get by. You didn't even know about that. Sense of my lies. I thought you knew everything because I can relate. It's written on your face. Now, no matter how much I feel like the paper and plastic, I can still find a way to get back to you. You know, saying the paper and plastic makes me think of a recyclable. No matter how much I feel like a recyclable, like something that just gets cycled in and out, maybe. I don't know. Coming back home, I'll be there a little bit slower. Don't you see that I'll never get over you? I don't know. This one's got me at a loss. For sure. For sure. For sure. Let's get a roll into track 5, which is called At a Time Like This. So let's keep going here. Oh, really? I was right on the dot. Right there, wasn't I? So we've got this visual. The previous track, I'm going to keep with the idea I had of the celebration of I'm glad I left. The alternative being back at shore, back in port, like the rest of these abandoned vessels that never go anywhere. And that's a big old maybe. Huge maybe. That's what I get from that, with the music being as much of a celebration as it was. And then here, because now we're back out, right? And so it's almost like he was thinking back to the alternative decision, because you can either choose to leave and go out and do the thing or not. And so he does leave and go out and do the thing. And it seems like the previous track was the idea of considering the other choice, which was to not go, and essentially celebrating that, yeah, I'm glad I left. I'm glad I went and did this thing. And now we're out here. We're out. We're out taking the trip, the voyage, the journey. Call it, these lyrics. I keep my soul on high alert. I keep it all on high alert at a time like this, mixed in the glass till I end up on a list. Spirits on the floor till they learn to coexist. They'll be missed at a time like this. I wish at a time like this. Call it what you want. Karma in the current when it's calm. At a time like this, it's strong. The old timer told me not to bother. He thought getting old would take way longer. Scraping all the rust off of his armor, melting in my hands like salt in water. Spoken like the father of a father. I thought getting old would take way longer. I thought getting old would make me stronger. At a time like this, the only thing I can think of, the first thing that comes to my mind with that first verse is the idea of, like, if we keep the context of the people who don't leave, who don't take the chance, or maybe the idea is I'll get to it. Just not today. I can't do it today. And maybe, well, next week I'm a little busy, but yeah, one day I'm going to go out One day I'm going to take that trip. I'm going to sail. I'm going to take that voyage, that journey. One day. And then one day, all your days are gone. You missed it. You're too old. I thought getting old would take way longer. I thought getting old would make me stronger. Like I need a little bit more time to, you get ready, get some money set aside. I want to have things in order. I want everything prepared so that when I go do the thing, I can go do the thing. But that day never fucking happens. It never happens. And so what happens to the vessel? It ends up rotting in the harbor instead of sailing and taking that chance, taking that risk. That's what I get from what's happening here. This second verse, I don't know. MIA, which is missing in action. Put them on the VHF. I don't know what that is. Very high frequency. Oh, radio. Okay, yeah, sure. Shall send them my way, gold on my body, as it all went my way. God stained my body, crashing my getaway. I could hear the pain from the landline. You were too young to be the bad guy. So this makes me think of, I have it highlighted and you guys can't see it, but the pain on the landline and you were too young to be the bad guy. There was mention earlier of a possible relationship. I mean, what if you think about it in the terms of a person trying to become a music artist and taking that risk, going for it, that involves time commitments and obligations and all this other stuff, right? You have to commit time to yourself, to your craft, to your music, to promoting it, to travel. I mean, and if you do that, you have to leave. You have less time available for other people. And so maybe there's this thing of whoever this other person is, this relationship that has fallen apart or weakened or what have you, is because he decided to take this chance, this musical chance, go on this voyage. And then essentially by saying I could hear the pain from landline, you were too young to be the bad guy, like you were just a child, life happened to you, sleeping on the wheel when it backed into you at a time like this. I don't know. Maybe my eyes are burning. I didn't get enough sleep last night. I got to bed really late. We got back late from the whitewater rafting. And then I just took forever to fall asleep too. It's almost like my mind is preoccupied with many, many things right now. Mixed in the glass till I end up on a list. Spirits on the floor till they learn to coexist. They'll be missed. Why bother filling an abyss? What's the point in dying at a time like this? I don't know. Let's keep going, man. Interesting. Little tiny globe in his hand. Is that a real shot? Is that a real location? That looks like the Disney logo. Basically.
Call it what you want. But there's karma in the current when it's calm. Whatever gets me, don't get me wrong. Whatever gets me probably had me all along.
Whatever gets me probably had me.
Call it what you want. But there's karma in the current when it's calm. Whatever gets me, don't get me wrong. Whatever gets me probably had me all along.
I really like this section. This scene, first of all, this very much makes me think of the Disney scene, that like the little animation they have before a movie starts, where it's the train going and there's the river and then there's the kingdom and then like the little star goes over it or whatever. Makes me think of that because there's a river in that shot too. He's got the rope. He's running upstream. He's running toward what looks like a kingdom. The lyrics are talking about, I'll keep on watching till it hurts. I'll keep on going till it works. I'll keep on dancing till it hurts. Whatever gets me, gets me. Don't get me wrong. Whatever gets me probably had me all along. Like, I'm going. I'm going to do it. I'm going to chase this. Whatever that is. But here in this shot, kind of looks like a little kingdom. A little isolated kingdom off on the horizon. More or less a dream, you know? That's what it seems like. That's all it seems like it is to me. When you boil it down to the simplest terms. I can't believe this is a real location. That looks, I mean, it looks fake. I'm sure it's real, but where the hell is that? That's wild. It's like something out of Game of Thrones or something.
Yeah, I was born in the wrong, yeah, with a puzzle to solve, where the colors dissolve. Just keep holding your breath, yeah, when the tunnels collapse, and the wish is intact. And the guilt comes in on tour, and the guilt comes in, when the walls cave in on you, you become scared.
Oh, nice clap. This is wild.
Well, there goes the wind. Turn the engine. It's a gorgeous island.
This rolls into Monday. This is called Monday. This is track 6, I think. Great production, man.
It's that time of
This is
the
Quadeca
year
and
I
Johnny
start
Man.
getting old. There's traditions I try just to see what'll hold. Have my heart on the line, airing out with my clothes. It's so easy to try, but it's harder to fall. Up on a Monday, I wanna tell you I want you. You'll probably take it the wrong way. Losing my grip on the run.
The strings are beautiful too.
I wanna get there with you now. Next time I'll take you the long way. It's that time of the year where the smoke in my breath.
Beautiful shot.
I can cover it up with a joint and a hat. If I zip up my coat, all the feathers will leave. There's a hole in the down and a trick up my sleeve.
Interesting visuals again, man. And it, you know, I was kind of surprised to see us back at the start. But then there's also shots of from the bow, and so I wonder if it's just like a reflection of thinking back, you know, where I am now from where I started, type of a thing. The chorus, "Darling, don't you give up on a Monday." Well, what's the Monday? The beginning of the week. Don't you give up on the beginning. Don't give up in the beginning. I want to tell you I want you. You probably take it the wrong way. I'm losing my grip on the runway. I want to get there with you now. This time I'll take you the long way. What was the first verse? That's the chorus. It's that time of year where I start getting old. Traditions I try just to see what'll hold. Had my heart on the line, airing out with my clothes. It's so easy to dry, but it's harder to fold. Let's keep going. Something that I find fascinating is we're back in these 4K shots, more clarity.
Darling, don't you give up on a Monday.
So I think the visuals are here to reflect on the beginning, where we were versus where we are now. So here he's doing the same thing, he's folding his clothes, hanging up his clothes.
It's that time of the year where I put on my hat. 'cause the light's getting strong and it's blocking my path. When the water is warm, I can't help but unpack. If I keep moving on, I'll forget the way back. Darling, don't you give up on a Monday. I wanna tell you I want you. You might have took it the wrong way. God, I'm losing my grip on the runway. I wanna get there with you now. Next time I'll take you the long way.
This is so cool, man. He's just out on the boat, sailing around. I would be so scared. I love the ocean. I think it's beautiful, but it also terrifies me. Fucking scary. Big and cold and deep.
Don't you give up on me one day. I wanna tell you I want you. You might have took it the wrong way.
I love the visuals that he's doing here. It's very thought-provoking. Especially since this comes in on the part where it says, don't you give up on a Monday. And I've said this already too many times. I feel like this is a reflection of where I were. But now more specifically, it feels like almost like the idea of reflecting upon, I was so close to not doing it. I was so close to not taking that risk. Because there's him at the beginning, sails are on the ground. I don't know what this, it looks like broken glass in a case or something. I don't know what the hell that's about. He's sitting there, just kind of looking a little bummed out. But it just really does seem to be the idea of, I was that close to not even trying. And to think back to that point, I think honestly it's kind of a beautiful form of advice, especially for someone who maybe is in the middle of taking a risk and trying something, but maybe it's not worked out just yet. And sometimes you take a risk and it doesn't work out. That's true. That's a thing. That's why it's called a risk and not a guarantee. But sometimes even trying something and failing, sometimes that is even better than not doing anything, not taking the risk. You still get the experience, You learn stuff about yourself. You learn what you're capable of. It's pretty impressive. It's surprising. Yeah, this is beautiful. Let's keep rolling. I want to get there with you now. I went and took it the long way. It's that time of year where I put on my hat because the light's getting strong and it's blocking my path. When the water is warm, I can't help but unpack. Yeah, sure. If I keep moving on, I'll forget the way back. Let's keep going, man. This is cool. Sailing at night? No, bro.
True. I had this feeling
This
since
is
I was at age 2.
Dancing Without.
I might as well do my dance without a crew, so I can step away from it like excuse you. Brush them off, no step without a shoe. That shooting star comes when the sun out. Better make that wish before they run out. I used to live in my regret, but there's just one feeling I forget. You always feel like I'm turned in my mind.
Oh, wow.
It was at you. I looked to the night sky to copy what I do.
Oh, that's cool.
Dancing again now.
I like how he's singing the chorus section.
Every time I miss you, I get cut off. She wasn't the one, she was just the one off. Swear it was fine with me last week. Cried a couple times, 51 exactly. For every sign he tried to tip off, I felt God when the power box was switched off. Lower in the cell, I prefer the trailer where we drift off. And if that brings me back around, I'll browse the gift shop. The waves feel like pie. I'm turning my light.
Huh. I don't know. I'm at a loss on this one. Had this feeling since I was the age of 2. That lyric came up before. 2. The age 2. I already forgot what it was, though. I might as well do my dance without a clue. So I could step away from it like, excuse you, brush them off, no step without a shoe. That shooting star comes when the sun out. Better make that wish before they run out. Not used to living my regrets, but there's just one feeling I forget. The waves feel like bye-bye. I'm turning my blind eye. Was that you? I look to the night sky to copy what I do. It's dancing, but it cannot move. Every time I miss you, I get cut off. She wasn't the one. She was just the one-off. Sir, it was fine with me last week. Cried a couple of times. 51 exactly. For every sign he tried to tip off, I felt God when the power box was switched off. Lowering the sail, I prefer the trail of where we drift off. And if that brings me back around, I'll browse the gift shop. I don't know. Let's keep going. I really don't know. My brain is already getting tired.
I wanna see you get low with the setting sun. I wanna spin you back around in front of everyone. Show me everything I missed in this millennium. Now coming live from inside the moon, believe it or not. I feel the rhythm from my room, I'm slipping it out. Let that vessel be a vessel, see what you got. Any second, he's
Strange.
the waves feel like I'm turning my blind.
I like that he sings out.
I look to the night sky to copy what I do. Stay significant now.
Oh, what is this?
There's a man on the horizon. Paradise is just behind him. But if he turns around, it disappears.
Trippy. Let's read this annotation for that. There's a man on the horizon is referring to the character. Oh, is this not a sample? I thought it was a sample. Let's read this whole annotation then. There's a man on the horizon is referring to the character in the story about being in the middle of his journey on the sea. Paradise is just behind him, but if he turns around, it disappears. Throughout this album, Quadeca has set sail because he felt the need to be alone to escape society as it is. Okay. Although he can't help but yearn about what is happening in the world right now, show me everything I missed in this millennium. It feels like if he turned around, he wouldn't feel the need to head out at sea again, but the narrator is saying this suggests otherwise. If he turns back, he'll find out the world is still the same and the reason he left in the first place is still relevant. The paradise he made up in his head seemingly disappears. Okay, something that's interesting about going out to sea, because I did 6 years Navy and I did 2 deployments. You leave and you're gone for 6 months, 8 months, 9 months. And in that time, you're thinking, oh my God, I'm going to miss so much stuff. I'm going to miss this, I'm going to miss that, I'm going to miss this. And then you finally get back, you get home, you finally meet up with your friends, and you find out, hey, what's going on? What happened? So what did I miss? What did I miss? Nothing. You didn't fucking miss anything. So-and-so got a speeding ticket. So-and-so's sister's pregnant. So-and-so got fired from their job. Like, nothing happened. Nothing happened. I mean, well, I guess getting pregnant is kind of, but like people get pregnant all the time. Whatever. like it's just kind of a weird thing because you have this idea in your mind of missing so much, and then you come back to find out you didn't miss a fucking thing. Honestly, nothing really happened. That's the annotation. I don't know if I agree with it. The whole, I mean, I don't want to argue with it because I'm sure there's people who have done plenty of research. Like I'm coming in completely blind, but this idea of isolation. There's a man on the horizon. Paradise is just behind him, but if he turns around, it disappears. I kind of wonder if it's more of a like a parable of the grass is always greener type of a thing, or a fear of having made the wrong decision, and in making this decision and not choosing the other, I accidentally left behind the better decision. And so now I have become like a spinning circle of indecision because I'm always afraid of making the wrong decision. But in this, that kind of plays pretty well with this, what is happening visually. But in this, though, it feels like the decision to leave, to take the journey, has been the correct one, as far as what's been portrayed. Verse 3, I want to see you get low with the setting sun. I want to spin you back around in front of everyone. Show me everything I missed in this millennium. Now coming live from inside the moon, believe it or not, I feel the rhythm from my room. I'm sleeping it off. Let that vessel be a vessel. Let's see what you got. Any second, the beat's going to drop. Let that vessel be a vessel. I take that as, go live. Go live. And really, too, with this end part, it is quoted as Harry Wilkinson, so I think it is a sample for something, but it doesn't specify what. Shit, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, I totally forgot what I was going to say. I'm too fried mentally already. Interesting sound. So it's going to roll into, the next one is called That's Why. Let's keep going. But the idea of paradise is always behind you. A little boat, like a fish skeleton or something. Oh, there's a fixer-upper opportunity right there. All right.
They switched some shit around when I was 16. Switched me around. My hair's been falling out since I was 16. It's all falling out. It started turning gray when I was 17. It's all falling out. Feel like I had more shit to say when I was 17. Now my perception got so filtered, my spaces are shrinking. That's like why. There's no room for me and me with the way that I'm thinking. There's still some shit that keeps me pure if I just let it flow. That's why. I gotta tap it while I'm sinking just to let them know. That's why.
I kind of, just for the record, I kind of hate this. I hate being in like waist high water, standing water. Well, that's not true, I suppose. Like if it's a river or like if the water's supposed to be there. But I don't like this. I don't like the wading around in like marshlands, because the first thing I'm thinking of, what the fuck else is in here right now? And so I'm very uncomfortable in this shot. So thank you, Quadeca, for making me uncomfortable. How dare you? Make your own audience feel uncomfortable. You inconsiderate son of a...
And not pursue it. That's why. I sound like a broken record when I'm talking through it. That's why. I should have roped them others in, but they didn't want to do it. That's why. You might end up in my shot because you were walking through it. That's why. At the yellow light, treat it like a red. That's why. Backing out my truth, agree's best unsaid. That's why. I'm dying in this booth, all I see is red. That's why. I'm fighting my excuse to get me off the ledge. Because if I jump, I might survive, and that scares me the most. What I witness from afar only scares me from close. What's been keeping me afloat is barely a rope. Every stranger that I pass is wearing my clothes. So, that's why.
This is a joke. So visually too, the house is in complete ruin. I mean, this is not a fixer-upper opportunity. This is a ruined house. And the water, obviously the water has risen up to it. Like there's no repairing this. There's no saving this. So let's read through these lyrics. They switched some shit around when I was 16. My hair has been falling out since I was 16. Started turning gray when I was 17. I'm with you there on the hair falling out at 16. When I was a junior in high school, I got in with the pot smoking crowd. And I remember doing this. Like, just kind of like running my fingers through my hair and just seeing my hair fall out. So, yeah. I feel that one. I feel like I had more shit to say when I was 17. Now my perception got so filtered, my spaces are shrinking. Like, there's no room for me in me with the way that I'm thinking. There's still some shit that keeps me pure if I just let it flow. Gotta tap in while I'm sinking just to let them know. Gotta tap in while I'm sinking. So the shot matches lyrically as well. This house is sinking into this thing, and there's no saving this house, which is important to know going into verse 2. I saw so many new horizons and I did not pursue it. I sound like a broken record when I'm talking through it. I'll finish the verse and I'll go back to line 1, because line 1 is important, I think. I should have roped the mothers in, but didn't want to do it. You might end up in my shot because you're walking through it. At the yellow light, treat it like a red. Backing out my truth, agree it's best unsaid. I'm dying in this booth, all I see is red. I'm fighting my excuse to get off the ledge. I'm fighting my excuse to get off the ledge. Not the ledge itself, my excuse to get off. Because if I jump, I might survive, and that scares me the most. What I witness from afar only scares me from close. What's been keeping me afloat is barely a rope. Every stranger that I pass is wearing my clothes. So the first line, I saw so many new horizons and did not pursue it. And the album's called Vanisher, Horizon Scraper. And then you've got another line, I should have roped the mothers in, but didn't want to do it. And we've got this other thing of, paradise is behind him, but if you turn around, it disappears. You've got this the concept of, taking a journey, taking a risk, taking a chance, but also a feeling of indecision, not following your own advice, but also celebrating the choice, but also realizing that choice has left you strained with relationships, and you feel like you're sinking. This is very, as I like to say in a very technical term, this album is very artsy-fartsy. Pinky out type of a thing. Yes. No, but I love it. I'm being silly. I'm mostly kind of trying to laugh off my own personal concern for Quadeca. Like, I hope he's doing okay. This is pretty intense, especially from an artistic expression point of view. Like, he's put a lot of work into this. At the yellow light, treat it like a red. That's another great line, because at a yellow light, you can choose. You can choose to proceed through the intersection, or you can choose to stop. But he's saying basically by saying at the yellow light, I treat it like a red. It's almost like admitting a fear of that choice, or always choosing to stop, always choosing to not pursue further, not go further, which falls more in line with, seeing so many horizons and not pursuing it. Should have roped them in, but didn't do it. I'm dying in this booth. All I see is red. I think that's probably a play on words there. Seeing red, being angry, but also like the record light is typically a red light. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Am I still recording? Yeah, good. Oh, God. I would have been very upset if I recorded all day today and didn't realize I had stopped it. And then it's like, well, shit, that's ruined. Can't do that. Let's keep going. This is pretty fascinating.
That's fine, alright. That's fine, alright.
I hate this standing in the water. Can't stand it. I want out. I'm out of the water.
Don't get any better than this life. If I wasn't me, would I still be me? He sounds like if I woke up in that other body.
So the question, if I wasn't me, would I still be here if I woke up in that other body? In the sense, like, if I woke up in that other body. And I wonder if that means if, if I wasn't the person I am today and I did not make the decisions I have made, which has brought me to here, would I still be here type of a thing? Like, would I still be alive? I really wonder, like, this portion has gotten pretty deep. It's gotten pretty deep. And he's in pretty deep in the water. So this is, I don't know what to make of all this. So I don't want to say anything more because I feel like I'll just bring a bunch of bullshit into it.
Do you want to do this, or would you watch for anything else?
That's why, alright. That's why, alright.
I cannot wait for this shot to be over. I hate it steady in the water.
That's why, alright. Don't get any better than this. Life, that's why, alright. That's why, alright. Don't get any better than this. Life, that's why. That's why, alright. Don't get any better than this. Life. Every mirror in my life makes another blind spot. Every ex that I got asks the question why not. But my compass lies to me cause I keep putting it on the spot. Listen for the truth, very true, blaring on the dots. Doesn't know from the other,
wind
but it
instrument.
only touch the top. That's a sore spot. That's a sore. Every mirror in my life makes another blind spot. Everything that I got is a. That's why.
All right.
Okay. That was I feel like that's a very important transition right there. Because we went from the house in complete ruin to a guy with a rope standing in waist-high, chest-high water with some of the lyrics that we're hearing. Then the music turns to this beautiful piano and we're back on the boat. So it feels like maybe it's another reflection of this line. I think I misunderstood it in a sense of, if I wasn't me, would I still be here? If I woke up in that other body. That other body, I think, is the body of the idea of, if I didn't make this decision to go, if I didn't make my decision to take this risk, go on this journey, if I was still back in that other body, in that broken house, in the chest-high water, with the rope in my hand, would I still be here? So, in a sense, he's kind of saying that taking this journey, taking this risk has saved his life. And at least that's what I'm getting from it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. There you go. It don't get any better than this life. That's why. It don't get any better than this life. Every mirror in my life makes another blind spot. With mirrors, obviously in vehicles, you have a blind spot. But what are you doing in the mirror? You're looking back. And to quote the extraordinarily wise Edna Mold from The Incredibles, I never look back, darling. It distracts from the now. Love Edna Mold. Yeah. Stop looking back. I mean, you can a little bit, right? You can glance, but here you are right now. And so I think it's a very interesting album because I feel like he's reflecting a lot. And I feel like he's appreciating where he is right now in life. And he's acknowledging that it has not been easy and it has caused problems and there has been loss, but it is superior to the alternative. And so I wonder right now if this is him just kind of struggling with, maybe he looks back, thinks back too often. Maybe. I don't know. Let me back up on this video about 10 seconds so we can catch that transition from this shot of ruin into being back on the boat with this beautiful piano that comes in. Love that. Love that. Beautiful.
Don't get any better. Life.
Love the music. Okay, well, this is going to roll us into I Dream About Sinking. And this song is an instrumental. Nothing I don't like. I love being in water, but I don't like having a bunch of clothes on. And like if I have a t-shirt on, I hate it. The swim shorts, obviously, fine. I'll wear shorts, fine. State of California, legally obligated to wear clothes. But like he's swimming around in this little like jacket thing. Fuck that. I hate that. There's that bottle of windshield washer or whatever the fuck. The GODSTAINED. Cool music. The little globe went by. You know, early in the movie, early in the movie, I was thinking of the rope as like the mooring lines, but I don't think that's the case. It feels like some sort of safety line or like tether to the boat or something like that. Not specifically a mooring line. Is this the underside of the sail? Looks like it. This is cool. Makes me think of Pink Floyd. Huh. Love the swell there, the sound. It's so kind of surprisingly playful for a visual of being underwater, of sinking. It's almost, musically, it almost feels like a release. Which kind of makes sense of, you know, if you're a person struggling from indecisiveness, in a weird roundabout way, if you essentially, you know, for lack of a better term, if you drown in your decision, which, what does that mean when I say that? I would say it means the choice that you make becomes so I suppose, engulfing. It's just, that's it, you know, just one massive sea of this decision. I'm in it, and that's all there is to it. You lose the indecisiveness. That goes away. So in a way, that could be relieving. You know, there's no choice to be made. You're just here now. And so there's no spinning around behind to look behind you to find that paradise that you think you left behind, and you're just kind of in it. And then too, the drowning, there was visually, there's kind of a sense of being here, which this album has had visual elements of reflecting back, thinking back. So maybe there is a sort of relief of being so far gone, more or less, that the indecisiveness and the what could have beens, they're all so far away now that they don't exist anymore. And so maybe that's nice. Interesting. Let's keep going. Next track is called Natural Causes. Quadeca and Johan Lennox are producing. I'm assuming that was the end of the instrumental. The sound on this album has, I feel like it's just been very high quality sound. I should put on glasses. The mixing, right? The mixing, guys. Really good. Somebody's after me. Somebody I can't see. Oh, that bass. Also, just for the record, this swing on the very top of the mast, that's a whole bunch of no fucking thank you very much. No. I will not stand chest high in the water with you, and I will not swing on your fucking swing set on the top of the mast. I don't think Quadeca and I can hang out together. Like, nah. Our interests are too different. Way too different. No, there's no fucking way I'm sitting in that thing. I'll be at home. I'll be back at the harbor with all the wrecked boats. No, that shit makes me nervous right there too. Somebody's after me. Somebody I can't see. Somebody died on a Monday. All of them died by Thursday. Tickle at that bass. Oh, yeah. Huh. love the sound through here. Again, the sound's very rich. Everything's been so clean on the audio side.
Somebody died this morning. All of them died, no warning. All of them natural causes.
So, again, if you'll notice, visually, low res, poorly shot. I do think there's a visual element of, and when I say poorly shot, I do mean intentionally. Intentionally shot that way. Not like, oh, he just did a shit job. I don't mean that. I think there is a visual element here of expressing ideas of uncertainty, unclarity, nervousness, whatever. Especially with this idea, you know, somebody's after me, somebody I can't see, and he's got the radio, like he's trying to call for help, and I don't know. It goes into another song, it looks like, which is called THUNDRRR. It's got Quadeca and Noah, I'll say Eller for production. And it shifts into this 4K shot again. Some dark clouds. Although I suppose it is the night times.
And I don't want an olive branch from you. I'll strike down the whole tree. Yeah. Bad news. You can't make a man from a gun, so don't mind me. Bad news. A million ways to show me what I mean. Telling me what I've seen. Telling me who I've been. I'll tell you one thing, just one thing. You don't know him at all. Deliverance in the wind. Deliberate in your fall. And I'm sorry you went all that distance and paces. It covers the world and back. In that ground I found infinite mazes and never set foot on the crack. Not once.
Wow.
You bring that out of me. You bring that out of me. I said you.
Let's hit the lyrics. Looks like the rest of it is more or less, you bring it out of me and I live to see there's thunder. I feel like some of the metaphor that's being shared in this album / video is his music career, his life, which makes sense. Let's think of this in the context of a storm. You're out, you're on your boat, you get caught in a storm, and so I mean I don't think that's entirely accurate, but don't look me in the eye. The eye of the storm, the center of the storm, which could also be, you know, if you think of a metaphor for a person, you know, maybe we've got all these different layers. And if your life is kind of crazy and chaotic, maybe you feel it's a storm, but you're at the center. So don't look me in the eye, maybe it could be a reference to that. I love to steal your thunder, let me tell you why. Rain down on me, tell them that I'm free. Bow down around me, don't look me in the eye. Lightning strikes my lead, bow down around me, don't look me in the eye. But tell them all that I'm free. Tell them all that I'm free. Meaning, he's independent artist. He is an independent artist. He is free to do whatever the fuck he wants. He does not have any contractual obligation. Obviously, you know, he's gonna, I'm sure he considers what the fans want and things like that. But at the same time, this guy very much strikes me as a person who is interested in artistic expression, and you need freedom to be able to do that successfully. But sometimes you make shit that you want to make, and the people who listen to it or whatever go, I don't like this. Well, tough shit. Really, that's kind of the end of the day. I'm an independent artist. I'm going to make what I want to make, and that's it. Take it or leave it, kind of a sense. Maybe. That's the impression I get. But the way he's saying it is a little bit more delicate. I love to steal your thunder. That light follows my lead. And I don't want an olive branch from you. I'll strike down the whole tree. Bad news. You can't make a man from a god, so don't mind me. Bad moves, a million witnesses showing me what I mean. This line makes me think, and I'm probably wrong here. I'm probably way, way, way off. But a million witnesses showing me what I mean. It's almost like there's a million people on the internet telling me what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling and what I'm doing. Maybe. But, yeah. Telling me what I've seen, telling me who I've been. I'll tell you one thing, just one thing. You don't know him. I feel like that section is more or less a response to what people probably say on the internet all day, every fucking day. Deliverance. I'll tell you one thing, just one thing. You don't know him at all. Deliverance in the wind. Deliberate in your fall. And I'm sorry when all that distance and paces that covers the world and back. In that ground I find infinite mazes. I never set foot on a crack, not once, not once. I know, fascinating track. But let's keep going because it's fucking banger too. And let's see how the visuals go. And it basically breaks down from there, Basically, all the lyrics I've said get stated again.
Bring that out of me. You bring that out of me. I said, bring that out of me. You bring that out of me. I said, bring that out of me. You bring that out of me.
You bring that out of me. See, this is what makes me think of a storm. A raging storm. This is an interesting shot on the rocks. There's the ropes there. Raging sea. My wife would love this shot because she loves grays and she loves the ocean. Love the sound of this one. This scene, this shot, I really want to understand this more. Very deliberate shot, used multiple times now. It's got the rope there. I'm missing the symbolism for the rope too. But the raging sea, man. Obviously, when the storm picks up, the sea picks up with it, banging on the rocks, and he's there on the shore. I don't know. Interesting. Dark sky. Very dark. Oh, it went from black and white to color. We shifted from black and white to color. We're going into, I don't know what track this is, but this is the great BAKUNAWA. Oh, this is with Danny Brown. Huh. Trippy. We're standing in the fucking water. What sound is that?
Trying to get you out your circle every day to the week. Take you to them deep waters, no one wavy as me. I'm the beast of the night, ain't I'm about to take flight. Take the light from the dark, wanna swim with the sharks. When I start to play my part, I can make the earth shake. Take away with one bite, wanna see an eclipse. Getting pulled from the sky while I'm licking my lips. Conquer my hunger, I'm a monster when I rise above ships. What's next on the menu? That's a bon appetit. Bring terror to your eyes when you're looking at me. But the sound of a beat ain't sweet music to me. When the people sing in harmony, I gotta retreat. Bamboo on my tree, but I still gotta eat. So I just gotta creep, hope they don't peep me. But when I go for my feed, too much noise for me. So good luck finding food in the belly of they stay in the rear view.
Wow.
Must be fake, that I'm here too. I play the band.
This is a cool track too. I want to go over these lyrics here from Danny's verse. When the sun comes down, it's falling, right? It's the end of the world. You can call it right. It's the end of the world if you time it right. And then here's Danny Brown's verse. Trying to get you out your circle every day of the week. Take you to them deep waters. No one wavy as me. I'm the beast of the night, and I'm about to take flight. Take the light from the dark. Want to swim with the sharks. When I start to play my part, I can make the earth shake. Take away with one bite. Want to see an eclipse. Getting full from the sky while I'm licking my lips. Conquer my hunger. I'm a monster when I rise above ships. So I do remember seeing something on Twitter where, because on I Didn't Mean to Haunt You, Danny is rapping from the perspective of, what was it, carbon monoxide, which is really cool. And now he's like a sea monster or something like that. So conquer my hunger. I'm a monster when I rise above ships. What's next on the menu? That's bon appetit. Bring terror to your eyes when you're looking at me. But the sound of a beat ain't sweet music to me. When the people singing hard to me, I gotta retreat. Bamboo on my tree, but I still gotta eat. What is that about? In the BAKUNAWA myth documented by the Philippine poet Fernando whoever, the god Bathala put bamboo trees on the last surviving moon to deter the BAKUNAWA from eating it. Okay. Well, I don't know anything about that myth or legend or whatever, so I am lost as lost can be. So I just gotta creep. Hope they don't peep me. But when I go for my feed, too much noise for me. So good luck finding peace in the belly of the beast. And then the refrain is, there's a snake in the rear view. It must be fate that I'm here too. I'll play the bait until he peers through. Fuck if I know. Just play it safe until he fears you. Let's keep going.
I can feel the shaking when it's deep underneath. Tell me when's the last time we see one of these. Moon man fishing when he leaps out the sea. Closer to the edge, getting steep in my reach. Banging on the drums, I turn the beat into a shield. It's hard to compete, I'm taking my seat, but in the real. I convince the birds that I'm asleep at the wheel. I could point them to the light if just a sweet in the bill. Out of the premises, if you like, turn on that television of mine, I should've broadcast the whole time. Every angle, another gold mine. Maybe the passageway was a matinee. Premature with the cabernet for the latter days. Around here, nobody accepting Apple Pay. You'll have to try not to back away when you're passing a snake. In the rear view, once we fade down here too.
He just straight swims out to this island.
In the rear view, once we fade down here too. Just play it safe until he feels you.
This is a very cool shot
When the sun comes down, it's falling right. It's the end of the world if you call it right. It's the end. For everybody in the spot, I'm on tonight. If it's the end of the world, why not tonight? It's the end. It's the same old story, how it came and went. I need a couple more bottles for the main event. It's the end. And if it's not the last words, I'ma make it count. I need a million bad bitches just to play me out. It's the end. I got a front row seat, that's what I call it. I'm kicking out my feet, no need to stall it. It's the end.
It's the end.
Crashing against the sky until it shatters. I couldn't even tell you if it matters. It's the end.
With open arms, I welcome you. And I run to the finish line. When my shit's exposed, caught in the ribbon, the grand opening of the end.
I love the sound of it. This is a cool track. So this is important here. I clicked on this interlude here. Harry Wilkinson is the lead vocalist of UK post-rock band Marua, I guess, begins to speak from the perspective of death as the journey nears its end. This personification will evolve further in the closing track, Casper. With open arms, I welcome you and I run to the finish line with my shears exposed, cutting the ribbon, the grand opening of the end. And this, there's a snake in the rear view. That makes me think of, is it, how do you pronounce it, Ouroboros, the snake that eats itself? It's just this constant circle. So it's an end, but it's not the end. It's also the beginning. Interesting track, man. I can feel the shaking when it's deep underneath. Tell me, when's the last time we've seen one of these? Moon Man fishing when he leaps out to sea, closer to the edge, getting steep in my reach. Banging on the drums, I turn the beat into a shield. It's hard to compete. I'm taking my seat, but in a kneel. I convince the birds that I'm asleep at the wheel. I could point them to the light if just to sweeten the deal. This line, banging on the drums, I turn the beat into a shield. That plays into the annotation that about the myth of the, whatever you say, BAKUNAWA or whatever. But I also wonder if he literally, the beats that he makes, if that's what he uses as a shield against all the fucking people out there, all the opinions, all the bullshit that's being spewed, right? Where I'm going to make my music. This is my shield. Maybe. I convinced the birds that I'm asleep at the wheel. And when you think about birds in the context of a ship at sea, what are the birds doing? They're just kind of flying by. They're not part of the actual journey. They're just trying to fly by and pick up what they can, get little scraps, whatever. You know, they're really not part of the journey. They're there. They see the journey happening, but they're not part of it. And usually they're just there to pick up the scraps. So the idea, to me, I convinced the birds that I'm asleep at the wheel is kind of like saying, all these passerbyers, all these people picking up my scraps, they don't know what I'm doing. They don't know what I'm doing. They have no understanding of what I'm doing. I could point them to like, out the premises if you'd like. Turn on that television of mine. I should broadcast the whole time, every angle of the gold mine. Maybe the passage was a matinee. I don't know. Interesting track though. Let's finish this one up. This is almost done. Well, here's verse 3 too. It's the same old story how it came and went. I need a couple more bottles for the main event. It's the end. And if it's time for last words, I'm going to make it count. I need a million bad bitches just to play me out. It's the end. So is he like, I hope he's not retiring. I did see a tweet where he said he's going to take like a 5-year vacation. Which after making this project, I could see, yeah, it's time to take some time off. I got a front row seat, so that's what I call it. I'm kicking up my feet and I need to install it. Crashing against the sky until it shatters. I couldn't even tell you if it matters. It's the end. But also there's a snake in your rear view. Let's keep going. Or that could be this, the legend, the snake, you know, the BAKUNAWA coming to get him. Who knows?
In your rear view. In your rear view. I'm in your rear view. I'm in your rear view.
Trippy, dude. There goes the snake. Or whatever the fuck that is, like an eel or something. I think we're moving into Forgone now.
All in a haze, there's a life underneath. Do you like what you see? Do you like what you've seen? Do you like what you've seen?
This guy. I wonder where he lives. Not Southern California. I can tell you that much. That is not Southern California. Those are the keys, huh? Yeah, the piano's busted up. Oh, this is cool. So the sails are there. He's not on a boat anymore, he's on shore. This is cool. This is a great song. This is a cool, this is a beautiful song. So I also too, obviously this shot of this rock in the background, right? So we've got, you're the one, through it all, you're the one who remains. The rock in this person's life. So the journey is over. He's back on shore. And after it all, the one thing that is still there is the rock, the foundation, this person, whoever it is. I see the child that she once was holding me tight like her teddy bear. I'm assuming this is about his mom. Because holding me tight like her teddy bear. But that could be like, I mean, when I think of a teddy bear, I think of holding a teddy bear like that, right? But I feel like this is about his mom. But let's see what the annotation says. The start of Act 2, Quadeca compares his partner to her younger self and himself to a teddy bear, comfort for his partner. Probably. I'm probably wrong. Foregone, you're the conclusion of everyone. Let's click on this one. That's a long one. I'm not going to read it. Let me down slowly and easy. There is a reason they leave me, and you are the one who remains. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong in terms of it being his mom. But then I think about this too. All along, tucking me in a blanket of fog. Your mom is the one that tucks you in. Through it all, tripping me up and breaking the fall. Feels like it's about his mom, but who knows? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. There you go. But beautiful song. Definitely about somebody who is a foundational person in his life, for sure. And reliable. Always there.
Sucking me in.
I like this song. I like this one a lot. This is a really neat album. Love the strings in here. Us both by the same name. All I can do is remain. Hold on, let me read this. Foregone, you're the conclusion to everyone, holding the child that I once was, calling us both by the same name. All I can do is remain. So, my guess would be that Quadeca has, well, I don't know if he has a son or not, but just what this is talking about is the idea of having a child, and then maybe the child has the same name as him, and so his mother calls them both by their same name. Or maybe she has a nickname. I don't know. But again, it just feels like mother, not partner. But there you go. I love that shot. That is great. I like that shot too. Way. That distortion sound again. Another thing too that I find very visually interesting is the tide coming in. He's playing the music. The piano's falling apart in the water. And so this outro, where is your spirit in them? Where will it land in the end? I can't forgive how they hurt you. I wouldn't hurt you again. Holding you tight like a bear. But I was the only one there, and I can't return as the same. All I can do is, and it's cut off, but I'm assuming all I can do is remain. And so, with the piano falling apart and the tide coming in, the water getting deeper, kind of, there's a lot to weave in here, but it's like there's maybe some regret of leaving and having this journey and coming back, and now it's the end and it's over, and maybe there's this effect on, you know, I can't play my music anymore, the keyboard's falling apart, the tide's coming in. I don't know. It's pretty fascinating though. Let's finish this one up. There's only one song left. We're almost done. And I think about the feeling of indecision, the paradise behind me, and talking about being gone and how that affects a relationship, and now maybe that person is gone, but you've come back, but you're not the same, the relationship isn't the same, you know? That water looks so fucking cold. And now this scene here, he's in the waves. And it's almost like being angry at the sea, which would be essentially being angry at the horizon, being angry at the dream. Angry with the thing that made him take this journey, that made him leave. Maybe. But it's also a futile anger. This is fucking cool, man. This is really neat. All right, we're going into the final track, which is called Casper. Oh, you know what? Maybe the beginning was the end. Maybe the beginning of the video wasn't him deciding to leave. It was after he came back. That's why the sails are torn. Oh, I can't use the spacebar. But maybe that's the whole point of the snake, the Ouroboros. So we've got an element from earlier where he's by the house that's completely destroyed and ruined, and he's standing in the water and essentially talking about how, you know, if I hadn't have left, would I still be here, type of a thing, you know, this whole thing. And so what if that's the trap? What if that's the snake eating itself? I had to leave in order to survive. I had to leave to become whoever or whatever. And I'm keeping it very, very general here because this idea is coalescing now. But in leaving, I ruined my relationship, and I wish I'd never left. But if I would have never left, I probably wouldn't be here because of certain things that aren't really specified, and so I don't want to insert specific words. We'll keep it very general. But that would be the snake eating itself. I had to leave, but in leaving, I ruined this relationship. But if I would have stayed, I would have ruined myself. Therefore, ruined the relationship. So there's no win. That's why there's no paradise. That's why the indecision. Because if I do this, I lose that. But if I do that, I lose this. And I have to choose one or the other. But either choice ends in despair. That's what it seems like. I think the beginning of the movie is the end of the movie.
I found. Overexposed.
That's a
You were
great
born with a
shot.
lot to correct. You were born with a puzzle to solve. You're not high, you just became a child. Returned to a path, hiding in overgrown grass. If you didn't chase it, it would have stayed still. The horizon is a prey like animal that preys on men who prey like animals. And now it takes form and takes flight. It can take you anywhere you like. Open your
This
hand
is
and your
fucking
palm.
awesome.
Drown out the countdown to the alarm. The line curves into a path through clouds. The tail wrapped in waves, its mouth covered in sky. I pray one last time, but I didn't know. It can smell fear on your breath, and the sweat in the hands of a man who has never forgiven himself. And the answers I so desperately crave will cover me in the shape of a cave, removing a stone from a roof held together with nothing but tension. I can end the world with one slip from the other side of the ceiling. I accept your answer. I was just a pretender who learned how to surrender. At least I know something you won't. In a bigger picture where I extend beyond the frame, your world will end at home, and to you that will be good enough. My world ends so much worse and so much harder.
I love this.
To me that is better. To it we're the same, and to everyone, to everyone.
Wow, man. Love this. Love everything about this. Everything. This is fucking awesome.
The captain stands alone, arms to the sky. The symphony of loneliness, unheard upon its own. He cracks a bottle, it's the only friend he knows. Years of no expression left him bitter, comatose. The rain is torrential, he gives a toothless grin. About to meet the devil, projections from within. Lightning strikes the ocean, illuminating fears. The depths reflect his mind, his time is getting near. Counting every moment, wish away the minutes. Waves as big as mountains, strung out to his limits. The blackness of oblivion, reality sinks in. Consumed by the roar of fear, 1,000 voices grim. Heart pounding, he finishes the bottle. Climbs up to the sail, clutching, wishing for tomorrow. All his crew were taken, lost to the ocean. The ghosts of his friends begin to haunt him, spirit broken. Vanished like the stars on a dark misty night. Evil howls the wind as it barks in his
Dude. Oh my god. That was fucking cinematic as fuck. That was amazing. So he doesn't make it. That's the story. He doesn't make it. I'm like fucking shook right now, dude. I'm keeping my shit together. I'm gonna keep my shit together. Dude, the end. I don't know if I can talk. I can. I need a minute. I'm like stirred by this, very stirred. Because there is sadness in it. You have a person very artistically expressing the idea of I'm not gonna make it, and that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I don't make it. But is it fucking incredible? Fucking powerful. Very powerful. Okay. I got my shit under control. I got my shit under control. So let's back up a little bit. Let's see if I can find a shot. So he doesn't make it. And he washes up on shore next to that cross thing, whatever that is. Sometimes I dream about drowning. There's shots from that here. Well, whatever. That was in the video portion of the drowning part, dreaming about drowning. A lot to take in. Let's go through the lyrics. What Harry Wilkinson did was fucking incredible. The music was incredible. The lyrics were incredible. How it was delivered was incredible. Let's get through this. Hopefully I won't just fucking burst into tears. It's emotional. It's charged. It's powerful. Very powerful. I want to go somewhere. Why can't we just go somewhere? Can we go somewhere that waits, that won't move away from us? There's a vulnerable feeling. That's a place that ain't leaving. Here's Harry Wilkinson's portion. The only answers I found overexposed. You were born with a lot to correct. You were born with a puzzle to solve. You're not high. You just became a child, returned to a path hidden in overgrown grass. If you didn't chase it, it would have stayed still. The horizon is a prey-like animal that preys on men who prey like animals. And now it takes form and takes flight. It can take you anywhere you like. Open your hand in your palm. Drown out the countdown to the alarm. The line curved into a path through clouds, the tail wrapped in waves, its mouth covered in sky. This is incredible. I prayed one last time, but I didn't know. It can smell fear on your breath, and the sweat in the hands of man who has never forgiven himself, and the answers I so desperately crave will cover me in the shape of a cave. Oof. Ooh, I love that. It's like a tomb. I need these answers, but they become a tomb almost. Removing a stone from a roof held together with nothing but tension, I could end the world with one slip from the other side of the ceiling. I don't know what that means. It's annotated. I'm not going to click it. I accept your answer. I was just pretending. Who learned how to surrender? At least I know something you won't. In the bigger picture where I extend beyond the frame, your world will end at home, and to you that will be good enough. My world ends so much worse and so much harder. To me, that is better. To it, which is the horizon, the monster, we're the same, and to everyone. So I feel like, well, I feel like I was actually kind of close on this first listen. This idea of taking this chance, and it's better to take the chance than to stay at home and let your vessel rot. I feel like I was pretty close there. Second verse. This is the captain who fails on this journey. The captain stands alone, arms to the sky, the symphony of loneliness unheard upon its own. He cracks a bottle, it's the only friend he's known. Years of no expression left him bitter, comatose. The rain is torrential, he gives a toothless grin, about to meet the devil. Projections from within, lightning strikes the ocean, illuminating his fears. The depth reflects his mind. His time is getting near. Counting every moment, wish away the minutes, waves as big as mountains strung out to his limits. The blankness of oblivion, reality sinks in, consumed by the roar of fear, 1,000 voices grin. Heart pounding, he finishes the bottle, climbs up to the sail, clutching, wishing for tomorrow. While all his crew are taken, lost to the ocean, the ghosts of his friends begin to haunt him, spirit broken. Vanish like the stars on a dark, misty night, evil howls the wind as it barks in his mind. The thunder splitting eardrums like the sound of metal snapping because fate is getting closer. Faith was always lacking. Time is of the essence. Embrace or let it go. A solace inside courage. Intuition always known. Intuition always known. I'm not going to fucking make it. But the darkness so consuming, the only life he's shown is that heaven's open wide. It's hell on earth, he knows. This is fucking incredible. I don't even know where to begin. Where do I even begin? Dude, that ending was so good. What a payoff. There's so many like layers of metaphor and storytelling here. I don't know. Oh, fuck's sake. We got to get Dissect Podcast on this. He's got to get on this. He's got to get all up on this. He'd have a field day with this. I can't help but approach it from a person perspective first, like a human perspective first. In terms of him, Quadeca, a human, a person. What he's feeling, what he's going through. And with that, you know, the internet, I'm kind of honestly getting sick and tired of the internet in general. It's fucking garbage. It's so garbage. And it's not to say that anyone who listens to this has to appreciate it and love it and all that kind of shit. But it's more so that it seems like people don't want to give anything a chance. It's got to be this thing that I like, and it can never deviate from that. And I feel like that is a branch off of this much larger limb that's a massive problem of, it feels like on the internet, everyone's just picking sides on everything, anything. Shit that's absolutely trivial, means nothing. But I'm either for it or against it. That's my team, that's the opposition. And even with music, people talk about music, they're like, most of the time it seems like people are saying it's trash or it's amazing. There's no like, you know, there's a couple songs that I'm cool with, but overall I'm not into it. Or I'm into most of it, but there's a couple songs that are, it just feels like people are so eager to be on these extreme ends when it comes to sharing opinions. And I harp on that to get to the point of, if you're an artist and you're making something like this, he put a lot of work into this. There's a lot of work that went into this. And so to do this, to spend God knows how much time and effort working on something like this, to be met with who knows how many replies of, what is this shit? This is stupid. You know? There was something, it popped up. What the fuck was it? It was like people were mad because he wasn't rapping enough. And it's like, oh, he turned, you know, artsy fartsy white people music or whatever. Like he went from hip hop to, it's like, it's just brain dead fucking opinions. Like, what are you even talking about? Are you even talking about the music at all? Or are you just upset because he chose to do this instead of what you want? Because he's not creating music and creating art and expressing himself to do what you want. It's his expression. If you don't like it, okay, you don't like it. But anyway, there's that. The theme, this idea of going on the journey, making that decision, kind of feeling good about the decision, maybe the benefits that come from the decision, but also the strains that come from that decision. But also, if you don't make that decision, you don't take the journey, where your life ends up, this almost negative feedback loop, this feeling of either choice is wrong. That's a tough one too. That's a tough one too. I don't know how you work through that. Staying off the internet would be step one. That's really just the best advice these days. It's just stay off the internet, you know? Watch a movie, order fucking cat food or whatever. Like, you know, just do the bare minimum that you need to do. And then the rest of it, there's so much noise. There's so much garbage. Just nonsense. Man. Wow, dude. I'm so glad I've realized 9 minutes in that I had accidentally stopped recording, and then I did not record this without realizing I hadn't recorded. And what a disaster. That would have been a complete disaster. Is it still? Please tell me it's still recording. Yes. Okay. What a fucking experience, man. You know, and I'm extremely happy with the end, the payoff, because I was enjoying it, but I was thinking to myself, okay, you know, is this really something that I'm going to come back to and like want to re-listen to? Because I'm enjoying it. But at the same time, I like albums that, you know, kind of pay off in some form or another. I don't tend to listen to singles. There wasn't really anything in terms of like a single that was jumping out for me just personally as like something I'm going to listen to over and over and over again. But God, the ending, like the way this all wraps up, the way it goes full circle, it becomes the snake eating itself type of deal. And then the music at the fucking end, they did the shots to coincide with him above water, below water. Oh my God. That visual, that sound and that visual will forever be paired in my brain right there. That made like a permanent just hook in the brain. So when I listen to this again and it gets to like basically because I know where it's going now and I know what the end is and I know that it's a loop in a sense, it makes it very fucking interesting. Like I really want to listen to it a lot now. And there's been some chatter about it where, you know, people are listening to it a lot and they're finding new things, and I think that's real. But of course you can only find new things if you listen to it a lot. I don't know what the hell. Basically, I'm saying I'm glad the payoff was so powerful. Because it really takes the whole album, the whole journey, the whole experience, and completes it. Whereas before, you're kind of building, and where are we going? And okay, I think we're here, and I think we're... Basically, those final pieces that snap into place and wrap it all up. It's just perfection. Fucking A, dude. Fucking A. Bravo, Quadeca. Bravo. Oh, my God. That end. Oh, just amazing. Wow. 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 The piano on the shore, the rock in the background. That cross in the water. Okay, well, there you go. There's my reaction to Vanisher, Horizon Scraper. It will be interesting to see what he does from here on. If he does disappear. If this is the end. Who knows? Who knows? But that was fucking fantastic. That was fantastic. All right, y'all. Take care. We'll see you soon.